So this is why you want to avoid saying words such as never, because never is a very long time. It's almost like forever, which also rhymes. But yeah, when Black Ops was about to come out, I was at near the end of my Modern Warfare 2, my personal Modern Warfare 2 lifespan, and I didn't think I'd be posting up any more gameplay from it. But I didn't want to say never because I didn't want to give you guys the opportunity a couple months later to just call me straight out being a liar. And here we are today. We have a Modern Warfare 2 gameplay, a free-for-all on the map Bailout. I'm using the F2000, and this is actually the very last game that saved on my hard drive. I have no other games from Modern Warfare 2 stored away in a secret spot in my closet or anything. But I actually have been playing it a little bit lately. Black Ops to me has just been boring me to death, not because of its pacing or the maps or the game types or anything, but I'm just sick of the lack of variety. I just got sick of getting killed by the same FAMAS and the same AUG, and I decided to pop in Modern Warfare 2 one sad night, and surprise, I actually had a lot of fun with it. I was enjoy using a lot of the weapons that I didn't use when I was actually playing that game. I was using the MP5. I was using the Vector when I was playing, but not as much as I was after I revisited the game. And Modern Warfare 2 actually has my favorite weapon of all time in the Call of Duty franchise, which is the TAR-21 FMJ, so I was ripping up pretty hard on that. So yeah, and tried my hand a little bit of sniping as well. That was pretty fun when sniping wasn't retarded like it is in Black Ops, which doesn't make any sense because I remember in Modern Warfare 2, I almost laughed every time I saw a sniper, and it just made it even worse when it came into Black Ops. 90% of the time, if you went against a sniper in Modern Warfare 2, you're gonna win that gunfight, but it's even more hilarious in Black Ops. But anyways, that's not a sign to say that I'm gonna abandon Black Ops or anything and just start playing Modern Warfare 2 religiously and posting only gameplay from that. It's actually quite the opposite, because even though I did enjoy myself for those couple hours and those couple sessions, it's one of these games that I only can stand in small doses, any longer than small doses, and then the things that drove me away from the game and the fundamental things that were wrong with the game pop up and just become more apparent, and then I just turn it off at that point. But yeah, that being said though, when I did come back to this game, it was so crazy how when I think about the transition from Call of Duty 4 to from World at War as well to Modern Warfare 2, they added a whole bunch of stuff that was both awesome and game breaking in this game. The main issue is that they tried to push so much shit into that toilet, it just got clogged and the game basically imploded on itself. And that's not saying that it was the developers' fault at all. It wasn't Infinity Ward's fault. I placed the blame mostly on Activision not giving Infinity Ward enough time to test out the game, putting it through a proper beta and everything in that. So, like I said, and a lot of those elements carried over into Black Ops that we kind of take granted for, and the innovation wasn't there in Black Ops in my opinion. Which is probably another reason why the game is starting to die a little bit quicker in the eyes of this community. But for me, it wasn't the lack of innovation, like I said. It's just like the lack of weapon variety that I can use in that game. And maybe it's because of stopping power, like I said in my last video, or the lack of stopping power, or maybe just that the AUG and the FAMAS are just too overpowered. But let's not get into that detail. But what I wanted to talk to you guys is what's the next step? What's the next step for this franchise, and what can we expect from Modern Warfare 3? And it's honestly one of the biggest question marks at this point for me. The main programmers and developers for Infinity Ward that were responsible for Call of Duty 4 as well as Modern Warfare 2 are no longer with Activision. They're with EA and at the new company called Respawn Entertainment. And it really raises some questions about the series and its future, because anytime the series really needed to innovate, it always relied on Infinity Ward to do so. If you think of the transition of Call of Duty 4 from the old World War II games, as well as all the innovation that was brought into Modern Warfare 2, it's always been Infinity Ward to do so. So, like I said, it raises a whole bunch of issues. What's up for this series and the genre of first-person shooters in general that has been dominated by the Call of Duty franchise for these last couple of years. And if you guys know anything about my gaming history, I've said this before, but what really got me started in first-person shooters was the Halo 2 series. And when Xbox Live first came out, that was the flagship game for Xbox Live, basically. And that went over, I played that game, like I said, religiously. Then I moved into Halo 3. And then by the end of Halo 3, I needed something to kind of transition me away, a break from the series if you want to say so. And Call of Duty 4 just like took me in full steam, and then I haven't really looked back into the Halo franchise that deeply anymore. But yeah, I'm wondering what the next game is going to be. In my opinion, it hasn't been Crisis, it hasn't been Homefront. Although I'm sure those games are great in their own respective, they just didn't draw me in when I'm thinking about the transition I made from Halo to Call of Duty 4. It just wasn't, just not as appealing in my opinion. And even though I'm not a huge Battlefield fan myself, I didn't play Battlefield 2 at all. I really think that Battlefield 3 is going to be the game that really pushes or gives the Call of Duty franchise a run for its money. And I'm going to go into that game with open opinions and open mind. I'm just going to give it a really good shot at it. And if that fails, if it doesn't fail to topple the giant that is the Call of Duty franchise, I really personally think that it's going to be the guys at Respawn Entertainment and the former members of the Infinity Ward that are going to push out the next game that has the potential to topple the Call of Duty franchise. And it's going to be kind of ironic. History has a very ironic way of going about itself, because it's those guys that honestly made the Call of Duty franchise with Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. It's only going to be fitting that they're going to be the ones that are given the best opportunity to take it down, kind of taking down the monster that they created basically. So yeah, the gameplay is about to come to an end right here. The Spaz 12 was way overpowered for a secondary weapon, as you can see in those couple scenes right there, but I absolutely loved it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and look forward to more content in the future, either from this game or other games. I don't know, and obviously more Metal Gear Solid as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.